Everything has a story. Everywhere has a story and everyone has a story. When I come to a new place, I quite often do some research, and not just on the busking spots and the guidelines from the council, but also just on the place itself. What's it like? What's going on here? When I looked up where we are today, I was greeted with mixed reviews, let's just say. A town that was once thriving perhaps isn't thriving so much anymore. Let's go busking. Now, this isn't a personal conclusion I've come to. This is just what I see from the reviews online, various blog posts and videos, people walking around this town. Of course, if you look at the history of these English seaside towns, you can see why people come to that conclusion sometimes. The story, of course, is back in the Edwardian and Victorian times, these would have been bustling with tourists, holiday makers. They would have been the quote-unquote place to be. And then the commercialisation of air travel and the fact that the weather's so much better abroad meant the tourism industry in a lot of these English seaside towns, British seaside towns for that matter, kind of dwindled down. And then what with the economy and all the political things that are going on, you're seeing more and more places close up, and a lot of people come to the conclusion that that makes these places slightly more depressing. But I happen to have a unique perspective because I get to see places through the eyes of music, which always creates for a different perspective. So far, this place looks epic. This beach is incredible. Wow, this promenade as well. This promenade looks like it's fully buskable. I don't think we'll be worrying about getting a spot today. Looks like there's plenty of opportunity. Opportunity aplenty. Welcome to Weymouth. When I was growing up, my parents are scared of flying, so I almost always ended up on a British seaside holiday. When I think back to those times, I always think of having to get the umbrella out, put your raincoat on, not the idyllic holiday scenario that you think of. But to be honest, I look back on those memories quite fondly. But of course, let's see how this place is for busking. Because a busker's perspective often shines light on things that perhaps your everyday tourist, traveller, explorer might not get to witness. Let's find the town centre. Check out the town centre first, and then if not, we'll set up on the promenade. My GoPro's out of battery, by the way. Shocking. Calls himself a YouTuber. What's kind of funny is where some people see a boarded up shop and a failed business, quite often a busker sees an opportunity to play. A boarded up shop creates one of the best backdrops, really, because you're not disturbing that shop. Ooh. Okay, I just bumped into a guy and he said to set up somewhere around here. Cool, it's busy. Monday, 1st of July. Looking busy, looking good. Time and time again, busking always reminds me that it's the people that make a place. Regardless of how shabby, run down, or even well-to-do it might be, it's all about the people. And when music's involved, most people are wonderful. Even when music isn't involved. I think music just brings the wonderful out of them. I was advised to try this area by a local. Looks good enough. Looks like there's quite a bit of busking real estate here in Weymouth, which is quite nice to know for anyone's coming this way. Hopefully I can get the GoPro back up and running before I start playing. In all honesty, the whole 25 minutes I've been here, everything kind of looks really nice. I'm not seeing a whole lot of evidence for it being run down or derelict. If anything, it looks kind of thriving. Whatever blog posts and videos I've been watching, maybe they were just here during the pandemic time or something. Also, I wonder how many people are here on holiday. See if we can find out. Do any of my fellow buskers ever do this, where you start setting up in an area and whilst you're setting up it seems really busy, and just as you're about to start playing it feels like the place kind of empties out? Right, let's see then. What are the people of Weymouth like? Do they like live music?
She said, boy, I gotta get out of here. Be dealing with this place and all these people. Lockdown gonna get me down.
When you arrive to a new place you've never been before, it's really hard to know what it's going to be like. If you've been to a place several times, you get a rough idea, rough feel for things. But here, it's just taken me by mega surprise.
And I can see exactly what she means. She said, tell me which way to the beach now.
I thought it might be good, but I didn't realise it was going to be that good. Like, the response here is incredible. I got bought a lollipop and everything. Shout out to whoever gave me that.
Won't misbehave or jump into the sea, yeah. Tell me which way to the beach. I say, kitty to get out of here. Well, I don't really like reggae, yeah. Here I am singing. Lockdown gonna get me down.
So one of the reasons that seaside towns got popular in the Georgian times, because they discovered that there might be some health benefits to salt water and salt water in the air. And right now here in Weymouth, you can proper feel that sea air, man. And for me, that's like a comfort, because it reminds me of Brighton. It makes me feel at home, makes me feel at ease. It's really nice.
I need something sweet to shake my teeth into, baby. I've got supposed to anything. So
The weather's picked up a little bit. It's got kind of cold, man. I was so optimistic. 1st of July, put my shorts, put my short sleeve shirt on, getting ready for the good weather. And classic England. This is why people don't come on holiday here. Walk-in holidays. That's what the UK is good for. Beach holidays.
then she turned to me like, seriously, man, I need to get away. Oh, she said, tell me which way to the beach now.
But places like this, when it comes to music, so good. Nothing but love, kind people, smiles, quite a lot of donations, which is pretty cool.
Wave on this babe or jump into the sea, yeah. Tell me which way to the beach now. Tell me which way to the beach. Tell me which way to the beach, yeah. Tell me which way to the beach.
I'm really needing the toilet. It's going to become a problem, I think. We might have to do a 2-setter today, unless I can find someone to look after my gear. I've got this theory that different areas of England, at least, kind of react to busking in very slightly different ways. It's very slight. I've noticed, like, where I live on the southeast coast, Brighton way, people are very accustomed to busking because there's a lot of buskers, and there's a lot of very good buskers, like the quality of street musician in the London and surrounding area, and then in the south of that is very good. So if you're a busker, you've almost always got competition, friendly competition, but it means folks are very used to seeing like very good musicians in the street.
There was this girl. Some folks ask me why I still play.
Where I'm from, like where I was born, Cambridgeshire, I don't think there's as many buskers, because whenever I'm there, people are very surprised and very stoked to see you. Whereas in the southeast, they're not surprised to see you. They're stoked to see you, but they're not surprised. And some of those rural towns, like the ones I've been to in like Lincolnshire, like Stamford, and the other place, can't think what it's called. People were saying to me in those places that buskers come there, but not very often. And the reception was instantly incredible.
There was this girl. There was this girl. There was this girl. No.
And then here in the sort of like mid-south to southwest, it seems like they do get buskers, but perhaps not as frequently again. You kind of get like a really good response when you come to these places. But they clearly do get buskers here because the guy pointed me to set up here and he said that's where you usually see people. So. And people here know exactly what to do. People here are rad. I really like Weymouth. I'm really not seeing much evidence of this derelict kind of rundown review that I was looking online. It looks lovely, man. This building I've got in front of me, the NatWest building. How can you have a building like that with statues on it in a rundown place?
There was this girl. Yeah, there was this girl. Yeah.
Sometimes I have a superpower to hold in the toilet for like 4 or 5 hours. Sometimes Mother Nature gets the better of me. We're gonna have to finish the set here. Perhaps that means a spot 2 is in order, but I cannot hold the toilet any longer. Dang, people are rad, man. People everywhere are rad, but people near the sea, something about the sea that just changes the energy to a place, I think. Gives people a more grounded view of life, I think, anyway. Any kind of big body of water. Right, I need to go to the toilet. Got to make a beeline for the nearest toilet. I know this isn't the most riveting of content, watching a busker run to the toilet, but it's part of the lifestyle. So, you know, I think spot 2 is in order, actually. I've just counted the total from spot 1 there. Bearing in mind, we didn't even do 3 hours. It's very good. It's very, very good. I go to a lot of towns, a lot of places here in England, in Britain, and I've been to a lot of them through busking, but I've also been to a lot of them through when I used to tour in a band. I'm telling you, this is a nice one. Most places here in the UK are pretty much the same. They've got the same kind of shops, the same characters, same people, same vibe. Slight variance on each of those things, but for the most part they're all quite good places. And I think people who are from the areas always have a skewed version of what it's actually like because they're from the place, you know. You're zoomed in all the time when you're from a place. When you're not from somewhere, you get to zoom out and have a look at it. Ooh, I think I might come down here later, do a set 2. But we got to find this toilet, man. Come on, I'm gonna have to go where I went earlier, I think, because I know that it's there. I know there's one there. Okay. Speak to you in a minute. Well, I did it. I can't tell you how relieved I am in all senses of the word. Hey, tell you what, this place is kicking off. So much for no tourism. Plenty of people down here on the beach on the 1st of July, even though the British weather's doing what the British weather does best. This place is a vibe. Look how beautiful it is. I mean, I was being led to believe that it's like not doing too well, but this looks amazing. Wow. I don't. All I can think is that I read the wrong articles. Because this is beautiful. If this is it on a Monday, then the weekend's going to be crazy, right? There's people in the sea. There's people on the dinghies. There's people in the fairground. There's people on their motorbikes. It's rad. I really like it here, I think. Beautiful, like, scenic stretch from those Victorian hotels and Georgian architecture. Look at that. That spot there went so well. Right from the get-go, it was just really good. I had like 3-4 donations in the first song. I was in double figures probably within 2 songs. And I'd more than made the train fare from here to Bournemouth back within about 3-4 songs. Handed a tenner in like the 4th song. Dang. I played for like 2.5 hours, just over 2.5 hours, and I made £96.58, which is bonk. I'm gonna do a spot 2. 100% gonna do a spot 2. Perhaps we'll do spot 2 on the Promenade. See what that's like. The town centre is still absolutely thriving, so it might be a wasted opportunity not to go back there. But equally, this place is just too beautiful not to have a go at least. Take it in for a bit though. Take it in. Alright, after a lot of debating, dilly-dallying up and down this promenade, I think I'm just going to go for it. Quick 30-40 minute. See if we can get into the 3 figs. I'm hearing lots of accents, lots of different languages. I'm telling you. The whole tourism thing, it's a myth. There's plenty of tourists here. Would it be smarter to set up in town right now? From like a donations perspective, probably. I don't think I'll make as much here, but I want to do this for the soul, you know? I want to tick it off my list, say I played along that promenade, staring out at the sea. Should be fun. I think it'll be fun.
To Belgium first, hustling on the gear in my 5-seater. Oh man, we had to make it work. Oh no.
Noticeably lighter on the donation front, but that was expected. But people seem to be receiving it pretty well. It definitely feels like people are a bit more surprised to see me here. Maybe it's not so frequent to have buskers on the promenade. Maybe it's not so frequent to have buskers on the promenade where I'm stood though, because I'm in a bit of a random place. But like I said, I only really wanted to set up here because I just wanted to look at the view really.
Well, I don't think they could ever see. They'll never hear what people do. These makeshift things mean so much to me. Catching flies to the USA.
When I come to places to busk, just specifically to busk, and I've never been to that place before, like I've never been here before, I don't end up seeing much of it because I'll just stand in the town centre for like 4 hours straight, and then by that point I'm so fatigued that maybe I'll just have a quick look around, but then I usually end up back on a train to wherever I'm staying. So I thought by setting up here, at least I'll take a bit of it in, you know. And this bay's so beautiful, which just had to be done.
University, they'll never hear what people do. These makeshift things mean so much to me.
So the donations aren't the problem. I'm not going to worry about them, especially because another great thing about doing a spot 2 when you've had a really successful spot 1 is because all of the sort of pressure to like get some donations in, it's kind of taken away, and you can really just enjoy the bus for what it is. Taking the moment, you know, which you should be doing all the time anyway, because that makes for better busking. It's definitely easier to do once you know that, you know, you've done what you need to do.
Now there's nowhere I would rather be. Oh, well, I don't think that they could understand all that you and all that is. You name it, who I am.
Beautiful place, man. I can't believe how lovely this is. I thought that there was going to be like a bit of a rundown place, and then we were going to find out that all the people are rad. But actually what's happened is all the people are rad, but this place isn't run down at all. It's really nice. It's really put together. Beautiful. I highly recommend coming here to visit. Whether you're busking or not, just come here for a visit. It's rad. Alright, so you can't busk on the promenade. We've just discovered that. Also, my microphone for the camera is broken. So if the audio's not good, then I'm sorry. I managed to play for about, I don't know, half an hour on that promenade spot, and then the council officers came over, told me, sorry mate, no busking on the promenade. So that's good to know. Here in Weymouth, you can't busk on the promenade. Stick to the town centre. I'm glad I got my little busk in, because it was good for the soul. So we'll look at this spectacular view. Right, I made £11.33 on that last bit. So the good news is we hit the 3 figs. Yes! Last look at this view and then head to the train station, because I have a train that leaves in 15 minutes. Good times. Right, on the train. I'm going to hand you over to future me to round off this video, because everything's falling apart here. All my gear, my camera, my microphone. Over to future me. Honestly, this guy and his technical difficulties. What's going on? You just spent the last 20 or so minutes watching a dude realise that Weymouth is a beautiful place and not derelict at all. Despite the couple of YouTube videos that I watched on the place, I definitely would return in a heartbeat. Really nice place. Proper friendly, great busking, great beach, great views. What more could you want? Thank you so much for watching this one. I really appreciate it. I've just been in the studio recording some songs. That's right, folks. Work on the A word is truly underway. And if you're a Patreon member, then you'll get some exclusive stuff very soon. Hit like on this video, subscribe if you're new. You can turn the notifications on so you don't miss a video. You can leave me an online donation with the super thanks button. Alternatively, as mentioned, I have a Patreon for that monthly support. Dang, I love my life. It's a good time, man. It's a good time. I will see you next Monday. Until then, peace, love, and happiness.